All right, ladies and gentlemen, no further wait. Welcome to tonight's Mark Martin Revenge Tour season race on NASCAR 07 for the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series. This is a 500-mile race here tonight. It's going to be a long one at the Texas Motor Speedway, but hopefully we can get the win when it's all said and done and try to go for back-to-back wins, actually 3 wins in a row if we're able to get this win here tonight. Max Points Day at Talladega in the most recent race, and a win at Michigan the night before that. So we'll see what Texas will bring. Very fast mile-and-a-half racetrack. The older Texas configuration, of course. Same shape racetrack as what we would see now, but of course more progressive banking here. And a more symmetrical racetrack than what we see now, at least with the banking side of things as well. Loose driving it off down into turn 1. Gotta be careful hitting that apron. I will spin out one of these times. If I do that too much in the race, trying to get a feel for it still in the early laps. I didn't have time to practice, so just got to roll right into qualifying. A lot more smooth through 3 and 4 there. Got a little jumpy into 1 and 2. 11th on lap 1. It definitely wasn't a great turns 1 and 2. Try to make up more time here. I feel like I'm a little too free in 1 and 2 yet. That was better than lap 1. If I could do what I did in 3 and 4 on this next lap, I think it could be really good. Will it be a shot at the pole, though? Will be the next question. 29.764, 11. I was actually slower on lap 2, I think. All right, well, Jeff Gordon's on the pole. Gonna add a little bit more downforce. Gonna crank the wedge around. We're really gonna try to tighten this bad boy up. It just feels a little too loose still. And down on the air pressure. Alrighty. Let's go for it. Try to get 3 wins in a row. Jeff Gordon on the pole. As he still looks for his first win of the season. Mark Martin going for number 14 here tonight. Actually, number 15 here tonight. He's able to get the win. And Gordon easily clear into turn 3. Martin with a run underneath Bobby Labonte. A little contact. Tried to tighten this car up quite a bit. And hopefully didn't tighten it up too much. Got a few passes back, clearing Truex off turn 2. Gordon did lead the opening lap. His teammate Jimmy Johnson in second place behind him. Johnson drifts a little wide, and Kyle Busch looking to the inside. 3 Hendrick cars, 1, 2, 3 at the beginning of this race. Got a fantasy driver in the 175 right in front of Mark Martin. This guy's moving forward. Martin follows him by Tony Stewart and Kurt Busch. Johnson fading a little. Kenseth, Biffle, Martin all starting to charge forward. The Roush cars are taking over the Hendrick cars at the front of the field, other than for the race lead at the moment. Gordon has led the first 3. Martin has cracked the top 5 after qualifying 11th, and Kenseth's going for the lead in turns 1 and 2. He's easily going to clear Jeff Gordon. Did not take a very long time out of the gate to get to where we're at. Martin under Biffle. Gordon on the very outside. 3 wide, it looks like, on the front stretch. Flipped the apron a little bit. It was just very narrow in the middle of the corner. Immediately got to get out of the gas to try to keep from looping the car around. And even then, it could be a little too late. Luckily, we're early in this race, so early in the tire stint. Kyle Busch did win on the last mile-and-a-half racetrack at Homestead 3 races ago. He's the most recent winner other than Mark Martin. Look at Busch go as he leads his first lap of the day. Jeff Gordon trying to block Mark Martin all the way down the back straightaway. Gordon up the racetrack, contact with Matt Kenseth into turn 3. Biffle's going to take his first lead of the race. Low exit off turn 4 for Martin as he gets to the inside of Kenseth. Follows Gordon. Going to get up to third, looks like, in turns 1 and 2. Gordon goes a bit wide. A little contact, though. Martin did, too. And more contact off turn 2. Not to mention, Jeff Gordon finished second in the last 2 races to Mark Martin. So back-to-back wins and back-to-back second-place finishes for Gordon. 1, 2, 3 for the Roush cars at the front of the field now. Wade Zielinski and Ryan Berwick also welcome into the stream. You guys are the first in the chat down below. So with Biffle leading in the early laps, Martin out on the racetrack and looking to the inside of Greg Biffle for the lead on the front stretch. He'll stay low into turn 1. And clear. Got a slow car in turns 1 and 2 off the pack. Looks like our first engine failure of the evening. So now Mark Martin leads at Texas. Have to wait and see who this guy is. It's Ryan Newman in the 12. So one of the drivers top 10 in points. You know, there's a lot of smoke on the front stretch there. It looked like might have been a crash. Kenseth underneath Mark Martin for the lead. And he's going to get it. Newman did make it to pit road, so we stay green. Oh, Biffle cracks the wall off turn 2. Martin's still stuck on the outside. Jeff Gordon not giving Mark Martin a lot of room here. Martin's going to lift. Oh, boy. Tried to let the 24 go. I lifted and I still messed up. I don't know how that happened. I was literally trying to let him go, and I still made contact. He was crowding me a lot there. He was pulling a Denny Hamlin. He was forcing me into a situation where I was going to hit the wall if I didn't lift. I lifted and I still hit the wall. Kryptonite racetrack for Jeff Gordon. More than 50 laps on fuel? Oh, yeah, easily. Yeah, the mile-and-a-half tracks kind of range between 60, 65, 70 laps for a full tank. Hopefully I said Mark DeMars. Welcome to the stream, not Mark Martin. Might have gotten the marks mixed up. Well, Gordon back out in front. Mark trying to play catch up again. These top 3 cars in front of him. I feel like Texas tends to bring out some fun races on this game. Well, the EA Sports games in general. It's a very difficult mile-and-a-half track to navigate. It's so easy to make a mistake. It's so fast. I mean, you clip that white line, it's just going to turn you right around. No forgiveness here. It's already a tight, narrow groove as it is. Yeah, see, I gotta be careful clipping that apron. It's so easy here. Mark's gonna try to get after Gordon for the lead. Mark led for 2 laps. Getting the marks mixed up. Gordon blocking, gonna try to force Gordon into an issue. He goes wide. Martin underneath him through 3 and 4. I'm gonna crowd him back. It actually hurt me more than it hurt him. And he's gonna hold clear into turn 1. We got low exit off turn 2. That's gonna help. He's not gonna try to block me this time. Oh, he did. I was already there. That was a late block by Gordon. He is being extraordinarily aggressive. The only thing he could possibly be mad at with me is the fact that I beat him 2 races in a row. And if that's the case, then why he's not giving me any room. Here's some advice for you. Get faster. Not going to clear him off turn 4 here. Still side by side for the lead. I overdrove the corner pretty badly there. I led that lap, but I just couldn't quite clear him. I had to lift quite a bit extra that time. Harder on the brakes. Jeff Gordon not making this easy. I'm trying to take the lead. There we go. Now there's enough room. Clear. Gordon pops the wall off turn 2, and that might give Greg Biffle 2nd place. Looks like it will. All right, Mark Martin back out in front again. I don't know why he keeps saying that. If it's because I'm dressed, well, I don't know why. I've had a couple people ask me why I was dressed the way I was at work. I didn't think it was any different. Usually I wear like a long sleeve shirt there, and today I wasn't, so maybe that was the reason. I don't know. I'm literally just wearing my golf attire, despite the fact I didn't go golfing. That was a big block. It was clear, though. It wasn't like Jeff Gordon's block where he wasn't clear. Everything about this track is just so narrow. Like, even the front stretch, trying to run side by side here, I feel like they crowd you quite a bit and you're at risk of clipping the grass. Martin just blocking all over the place right now, just trying to hold on to the lead. Gordon inside of Biffle for 2nd place. Like crisscross it for 2nd between the 16 and the 24 right now. Humid today. Yeah, it was pretty warm. I was outside of my first break earlier at like 9 o'clock this morning, and it was already starting to get hot. It's usually a lot warmer in the warehouse where I work, too. Oh, Gordon slipping underneath Martin. Just that little bit of an opening. Jeff Gordon trying to cram it in there. Gordon holds that tight entry into the corner. Martin going to try the crossover. On the front stretch, side by side. This could be a great crossover move. I should have him into turn one. Yep. And clear. Oh boy. Keep talking about Jeff Gordon being pretty good with making his passes, but I mean, Greg Biffle's right here too. I could tell when I overdrive turn one, the car really gets out of whack. Drive it on in there too deep. Remember NASCAR Thunder 04 at Texas, there was like a grip strip if you entered the bottom lane of the racetrack enough. It kind of stay low into the corner. It just kind of sucked you into that bottom lane. But really well. It didn't make you clip the apron or anything like that. It's going to be another warm one tomorrow for me, too. Back in the 90s. I think it's supposed to rain, though, periodically tomorrow, so might cool things down at work a little bit. And then the times it's not raining, it'll get hot and stickier with the passing showers. $11 a.m. this morning, maintenance guys mowing lawn. Man, I would have. Great, I don't know how big like your apartment complex is, but I would have started doing that at like 8 o'clock this morning. I don't care if people are trying to sleep in. As warm as it was today. Break of dawn. Even Kurt Busch back in the fourth place position's kind of lingering around a little bit too.
Number 24, looking for some room to get by you.
Tires to this point in the run holding up well. Haven't quite hit halfway out of gas yet, so definitely going to be able to go over 60 laps on a full tank. Plan is for Mark Martin to go as long as he can before pitting. His first stop of the day. Halfway out of gas, right at lap 35 at the line. About 67, 68 laps would be a good safe number to pit while still extending the window a little bit. Shot 51, still lost the match. Your league play, for whatever reason I can't remember. Is it a team thing or is it just your score individually? I would assume it's probably your score individually because I feel like if you scrambled, you should be able to shoot better than a 51. Oh, yeah, that was a late block on Gordon there. I think it was Gordon. Maybe it was Biffle. Well, whoever it was, Mark Martin's lost the lead. And then some. And Kurt Busch fought his way through all that traffic, and he's going to get to the lead off turn 4. Yeah, an even bigger run getting by the 16 than Jeff Gordon did. I actually didn't even realize he was under me yet. It would have been nice if the spotter called car low or something of that nature. So I thought I had him cleared. Obviously not. .666 that last lap. Now 29.633 that last lap. Martin under Gordon. Into turn 3. Martin gets through. He's going to get underneath Greg Biffle for second now on the front stretch as well. And back into second place again. Four-ball match play. I have no clue what four-ball match play means. I don't know the four-ball part of that. Take our first field swap here. Jamie McMurray back in the 18th place position. We'll see if we can move him forward a bit. McMurray trying to get underneath Kevin Harvick. Harvick with a block. We're at lap 42. Harvick tried to block again. Crowded McMurray at least a little bit, but McMurray is going to get by. Clear off turn 4. McMurray also going to pass Mayfield on the front stretch and clear into turn 1. Tony Raines trying to make a block now. Oh, contact with Martin Truex Jr. Both cars up into the wall, and that's as easy of a pass as you're going to see there for position as McMurray gets by both cars. Up to 14th place for Jamie Mack. We'll swap to Matt Kenseth at the line this time by. We'll see exactly where he's at in the running order. He was in the top 5 earlier. I don't think that is the case for the moment. 68 laps each run, 4-stop race. All right, there we have it. And McMurray is ahead of where, Kenseth ahead of where McMurray's at. Kenseth in the 11th place position. '17 car feels a lot looser than the 26 or the 6. A lot of cars for position, though, in front of the 17. You got Kyle Busch, Tony Stewart, Dale Jr. There's another car in there. I think Dale Jarrett maybe in the 88. For some reason, Matt Kenseth just hit halfway out of gas. It's lap 47. How's he gone this far? Oh, man! I didn't even think I was close enough to make contact with him. That's twice now I've thought that there was a lot of clearance. I was just trying to get in line behind him, and apparently I touched him. Knocked both the 17 and the 5 loose there. 5 ended up making contact with the wall. Kenseth saved it down in the grass. But we do stay green, at the very least. Handicap at 11. 9 holes. Looking at the chat on the front stretch there, so I scraped the wall. Whoopsies. Alright, well, Kenseth's in 10th after getting by Kyle Busch then. And we'll move away from Kenseth at the line. I'm actually going to go back to Mark Martin for a minute, because even though I didn't go to Greg Biffle yet on the field swap, very good chance I'm going to end up short pitting with Mark Martin. Mark back in 5th. Ever since Kurt Busch has taken the lead, he has not looked back. I pulled out from Dale Jarrett just a little bit. No lap traffic for the leaders yet. 54 laps caution free so far tonight. I'm going to pit this next lap. Yeah, definitely get a short pit here with Mark Martin. Take on 4 tires, full tank of gas. No adjustments with this first stop. Looks like Dave Blaney actually just went a lap down. So here comes Martin into the pits. Got to make sure not to speed. That was a crispy, clean pit road entry. All right, there we go. Yeah. I'm fine with short pitting here. I want to see what kind of an advantage we're going to get out of this. Cycle all the way through. And Newman's still the only car out of the race.
Outside, got one outside. All clear.
Just over 50 lap pressure tires here. I would imagine the rest of the field's going to be pitting pretty soon here. Despite what Matt Kenseth's fuel tank says when I was racing as him. Alright, so we made a stop there. I guess I can transfer and make the field swap with Greg Biffle now. Well, never mind. He's pitting. I'll wait on that. Yeah, I called an audible. I wanted to take that run out as long as I could at first. Fell behind a bit. Running in that middle lane through 3 and 4, I wanted to see if Harvick was going to potentially pit there. Didn't want to run into the back of him. Definitely can't get a caution until everything cycles through at least. We're only going to have a couple lap older tires in the rest of the field, so that'll be pretty even then for the most part. Wow, only 3 weeks left in the league. Seems like it ends pretty early. In August. Granted, you'll have playoffs too, but still. Dale Jarrett now leading laps. Kurt Busch is pitted from the lead then. Jarrett had a top 5 after coming from a lap down at Talladega yesterday. Had a fast car. Didn't lead any laps, starting deep in the field. Untimely yellow in the middle of green flag pit stops what costed him his lap. Middle of the race, and did a great job to rally back, get a good finish still. Stayed out of trouble, of course. Next pit stop, lap 160. I ain't going over 100 laps. Not here. Maybe at like a Martinsville or a Bristol or something. Alright, other Roush cars now in the pits. Tony Stewart's out in front. But he has not pitted yet. It definitely takes time to pass cars here. Unless they give you a lot of room like David Stremme just did. Golly. Chopping that apron off quite a bit lately. So we're definitely going to get back in the top 10. Obviously figured that. Pitted from 5th. I don't know what happened. I mean, we short pitted, and I still cycled out in 7th. I don't know how. I lost 2 positions, but I did. It's a little mind-boggling. I mean, the pit stop was pretty good. Pit road entry was clean. Maybe I could have pushed a little harder there, but I don't think it would have costed me 2 positions. Well, Mark clears Dale Jr. for 6th. We wouldn't even make it anywhere close to lap. Well, lap 100 we can, but 100 full laps? It's not even risky. Like, it's just, it's stupid. You can't go that far. I'd be like 30 laps short, if not more. Yeah, it was perfect. I mean, AI, I guess, just have faster pit stops at Texas or something. All right. There's that swap to Biffle. He's going to try to get by Kurt Busch for the lead here. Kurt trying to block. Oh, boy. More contact. Oh, that momentum lost off turn 2 with Kurt Busch pulling that block. Now, we were caution-free at Talladega for 71 laps yesterday and still ended up getting 11 cautions and a lot of contact with Kyle Petty. Overdrives the entry to the corner, and Jimmy Johnson gets through to second place. I wonder if he was blowing up and trying to get to the bottom of the track. Kyle Petty just blew an engine right as we exited turn 2. I wonder if that's why he cut down into me there. I thought he was running me pretty tight. Surprised he didn't hook me. He just tried to get out of the way. Could have just waited until after I cleared him, but alright. A good run here for Jimmy, well, for Biffle. Trying to get under Johnson. Johnson got slowed up by the 2 car of Kurt Busch. Biffle is cleared and back into second place again. Biffle trying to get by his former teammate Kurt Busch. Biffle trying to break away from a side draft, but the 2 of Kurt Busch is still up on the outside lane. Johnson going to try to take the outside. Oh, Martin's closing in with that battle for the lead intensifying. Mark in 5th. Got by Dale Jr. Not that long ago, you could see the top 4 all in front of him. Jeff Gordon also closing in. I don't know. I mean, I took the lowest route possible on the apron, getting up to speed too, so I didn't have to lift. So the tire's getting into one there a little bit. A lap car right in front of Kurt Busch. Yeah, Jared did get by Earnhardt too. Ay, ay, ay. Crypto, thanks for tuning in. Johnson's passing Kurt Busch for the lead. Got a lap car in the 176 right in our way. Try to get by him here. Sorry, Kurt. Back to the Hendrick Roush battle again, like we had at the very start of the race.
Number 16 is outside. He wasn't so friendly. Keep blocking. Double touch. Nice job.
There we go. Martin gonna slide by.
Number 24. Right
Up to second.
both sides clear. Outside. Got one outside. Careful, buddy. Friendly now, but one good.
Big run into turn one for Mark Martin.
Got one outside.
Takes it to the inside of Jimmy Johnson, and Martin, for the first time in a while, going to get back to the lead and clear off turn two.
Clear. All clear.
Now can we hold on to it is the next question.
Got one out.
See Gordon there.
Clear, all clear.
Got chopped off just enough.
The 24 car is looking to pass.
Oh, Dave Blaney just blew a motor. So he made his way to pit road. That's the second time I've hit the wall like that on the front stretch. Martin blocking Gordon all the way to the inside. Flatlining the entry to turn three. I mean, if they're going to block me like that and try to crowd me into the corners, I got to start doing the same thing to them. My car's handled pretty well in the long runs in this race today, too. So keeping the tires underneath us throughout the entirety of a run. Not too tight, not too loose.
Number 24 is looking high.
Feel like the setup I had in qualifying would have definitely been way too loose over a long run in the race. Glad I made the adjustments I did.
Down low.
Went heavy on the adjustments too. Gordon back to the inside.
Still there.
Martin trying to pinch him off into turn three.
Still beside you.
Gordon's still there. Martin trying to side draft the right rear corner panel. Trying to race him straight up at least.
Listen, Victory Lane is calling your name right now, buddy.
Oh boy, a lot of contact trying to get down on Biffle.
Watch the inside. Clear on both sides.
Still not able to get to the bottom. Oh, Gordon going wide, and Biffle almost got underneath the 24. Ah, dang it.
Doing great.
Jimmy crowded me like Gordon did earlier. I didn't lift either. Drove it right into the fence. Three lap cars right in front of the leaders. Hoping they hold them up enough. Allow Martin time to close that gap again. A couple of these lap cars have gotten past.
Car high.
Martin's turn to get by him.
Number 141 is moving on you, right side.
Scott Riggs in the 10 car. Gets lapped by Johnson Martin.
Still hanging on.
Fastest lap of the day that last time for Mark Martin.
Keep it that way. Okay, we're clear. Number 16 is outside. Normally, you'd see him blocking right about now. He's still there. Great job
Trying to
out there, buddy.
force Johnson into that overdrive into turn number 3. It worked. Mark Martin clears the 48 car for second off turn 4. And he's got a big run on Jeff Gordon into turn 1.
The outside.
Gordon got to give that 6 plenty of room.
Still alongside you. Nice work,
And
buddy.
Martin is clear off turn 2, back to the lead again.
Clear. The 24 car is closing the gap. Outside.
That was not a good move by Gordon trying the outside lane there. Not going to work. Greg Biffle and it looks like Jimmy Johnson going to get by him.
By my calculations, we're about halfway on fuel.
Going through the fuel run.
Inside.
And now Johnson to the inside of Mark Martin for the lead.
Up. Still there. Second position now. Alright, let's do our thing now. Let's get that front back. Clear, sir.
Try to get Johnson back here. We'll block on the front stretch for the 48. Yep, got him a little loose. Martin drove underneath him but couldn't clear. Well, keep enough momentum up to stay side by side at least. Yep. Well, that worked out perfectly.
Keep it up, buddy. You are looking great.
Quick exchange of the lead again.
You're all clear.
As these top 4 cars close in on 2 more lappers. Both fantasy drivers. One 43 and it looks like the 133. They've been crossing each other over a ton too. Even well outside the top 30, they're still battling for position in the first 100 laps. .143 car down and underneath again there.
He's giving you some space. Come on.
White drives underneath both cars.
There you go. All clear.
Nice enough with staying out of my way, so
Number 24 is looking to pass.
greatly appreciated. A lot more clean air in front of us now. Oh boy. That apron grab and pulled me there for a second. Got scared. Gordon again underneath of Mark Martin. What a back and forth race. Got to be like on pace for a record number of lead changes at Texas at this rate. Squeezing back in that hole to get into second. Slingshot over. Another slingshot.
Number 16, going high. Still outside. Both sides clear.
This is a good, intense battle, though, I will say. As good as you're going to get in the first 100 laps of a Texas race.
The 16 car is going low. Number 16, inside side, watch.
Biffle's there. Martin leads another lap by inches.
Made it to lap 100. Go back
Gotta
to
quit
second place.
scraping that wall.
We own this track, bud. So get out there and show them what racing's all about. Clear, clear, all clear.
It's like a restrictor plate track. It does feel like that a little bit. Now Martin's trying to find a way back around his teammate. Mark trying to go with the extremely low line into turn 3.
Hanging on.
And plenty of room to make the pass off turn 4.
Car just right for you, huh, buddy?
Nobody can hold on to this lead for an extended period of time.
Going inside.
Oh man, almost gave up the bottom.
Where we need, clear.
So hard trying to time out when to get back to the gas, especially in turns 1 and 2. Sometimes I kind of push up in the center of the corner. I'm just getting back into the gas a little too soon instead of rolling out of the throttle longer.
Right front tire's wearing down. Try another line or won't
I'm
flat.
definitely wearing out my tires a little more this run than I
High up high.
had on the first fuel run.
Outside.
I'm going to pit at lap 105. I'm going to try short pitting again. This will be a few laps sooner than what I would have short pitted the last time. Try to see if we can leapfrog them that way. Just try to get more of a lead is what I'm trying to do here, so we're not doing this the whole time, because I feel like if we do this the whole time, it's going to lead to a wreck at some point. Especially with this many cars in contention. Surprised we didn't break up more during the first wave of green flag stops. Same 4 right up here. Only difference is we're excluding Kurt Busch, because Kurt Busch was leading all the way through that first wave of green flag stops, so he's nowhere to be found now. Make sure we stay on the bottom through 3 and 4. And Martin will be coming into pit this time. And Johnson was all over me, and I hesitated for sure. I'll try it again next lap. I'm glad I didn't commit there. I either would have got ran into from behind, or I would have missed pit road. Hand out the window. I am pitting.
Number
There we
2
go.
is outside. He's taking it easy on you. If it was anyone else, he'd be blocking.
All right, back to 4 tires and a full tank of gas again. Talladega 2001 basically had the same feeling, nobody wrecked. Yeah, I know. It does kind of feel like that a little bit, doesn't it?
4 tire stop this time.
That was a wild finish to that race, too.
Traffic up high. Careful. All clear. Number 88, up high.
All right. Not all the way back at 42nd again. Looks like there's 3 cars out of the race with an engine failure. Trying to attack on fresh tires this time. Not one for usually going with a short pit strategy, but I'd like to think it's going to work one of these times. Starting to make me think that the tires really aren't wearing out after all.
Taking them off one by one. Let's go, man.
Oh!
Outside, got one outside.
That was a lot of contact.
Clear on the other side.
Bonnie clipping the left rear of the 192 car. Would not have wanted to see a caution there. I'm glad it stayed green. And Dale Jarrett's trying to block me. Dale, I got much fresher tires than you.
88 car.
There we go. One way to get underneath him. Just gotta
Still there.
intimidate him a little bit.
Clear, clear.
I don't have to scare him too bad to wreck or anything, but Greg Biffle back out in front, by the way, at Texas. Mark Martin short pitting. Get ready, we have a game. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, you mentioned something about a game show earlier. Oh boy, this crowd of lap traffic.
Got one outside. Don't stop there, bud. You're looking real good right now. The 10 car is coming on. All clear, bud.
Oh boy. Oh, Paul Menard blew a motor.
Car high, car high. Still alongside you. Keep this pace, bud. You're looking good. Clear.
A lot of engine failures already. Well, no cautions to show for. I babied it in turn 1. That gap,
Hang it up.
probably wasn't there. I tried to back out of the gas. I was way out of the gas way early there, and I still caught him.
Take your spot and let her rip. You got both sides. You're all clear.
$220 to go. Gonna alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in the race today now. I will say the way this race is played out, it's really hard to pinpoint who has the fastest car here today. Yeah, so Greg Biffle just pitted from the lead that last time by. Jeff Gordon staying out to lead a few extra laps. There's Biffle. Martin gonna cycle out ahead of him. Tony Stewart continuously blocking Mark Martin. Really don't know why he was blocking me as much as he was. Alright. Clear? Yep, we're clear. Plenty clear off turn 2. A lot more coming in now. Kurt Busch, Jeff Gordon, many others. Might have been the rest of them all coming at once there. Kenseth. Harvick's still out there. I don't know if he has led yet. If he did, it would have had to have been during the first wave of green flag stops in the race. So I know he hasn't led on overall speed. I just saw Kurt Busch getting into turn 1, leaving pit road. Granted, we were already quite a ways ahead of him anyway. Tony Raines staying out on the racetrack. He'll get a lap let in. He stayed out of the pits for a very extended period of time at Homestead a couple races ago. Sorry, not Homestead, Michigan. .75 car pitting.
Don't worry about a flag from him. He's feeling nice today. Fifth car headed down pit road. Number 191. Still onside.
Oh my gosh, dude, give me room. How low I was running that whole back straightaway. He was just right there the whole time.
5 cars are on their way into the pit.
Jeremy Mayfield was the last car to hit pit road during this second wave of green flag pit stops. We have still yet to see a caution here tonight at Texas. 128 laps in out of 334. A lot of clean air for Mark Martin as he cycles to the race lead. Had that fresh tire advantage by pitting early. 15 to 20 laps early compared to some of the other cars in the field. Quite a significant amount. It's the biggest lead really anybody's had today. It's exactly what it is at the line here. 2 seconds. It ain't even that big, but big enough to kind of see if there's going to be at least enough of a control here. Pitted at lap 106. So we're already gone 23 laps on this fuel run for the 16. And now we're giving up. Really hoping to get out to a bigger than a 2-second lead. We have had 2 caution-free races. It's weird. In the last 4 races, we've had 2 of them go caution-free and 2 of them had 11 yellows. Talladega Homestead had 11 cautions, 0 apiece for Michigan and Indianapolis. The rate we're going at, this is probably going to be another one of those zeros. Still ways out from the finish yet. Still got a little over 200 laps left in this long race. Again, 500 miles. Now, granted, it also is worth noting that the 2 400-mile races were the ones that ended up going caution-free. So we haven't had a 500-mile race go caution-free all season. Looks like Greg Biffle's the second place car currently as well. There we go. Exactly 200 laps left at the line that last time by. Biffle is one of the first cars to pit after Mark Martin, of course. So fitting that these are the 2 that are 1-2 at the front of the field. All the cars behind me, really, Biffle has the least advantage on the tires compared to anyone else. Of the big four that have been dominating this race today. Mark Martin, Greg Biffle, Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon. Gordon is the one who stayed out of the pits the longest. Biffle's definitely close.
Number 16 is making his move high. Outside.
Oh,
That's clear.
thought he was going to get underneath me there. Not quite. Yelled a very tight line all the way through the corner. Not the case for Mark Martin, but he still stays in front of him. Now Biffle going a little wider on his line through 3 and 4. Maybe going to try to build up enough of a run down the front stretch. Martin just ran his fastest lap of the day, 29.546 that last time by. And Biffle still right there with him.
The 16 car.
And looking underneath for the lead.
Still there. Got body of the lead. Finally,
And clear.
buddy, let's go get him. Clear. All clear. Halfway on fuel. Car outside.
Martin under Biffle.
Still beside you. You got the lead. That's what I like.
Yep, got him back quickly.
Hey, all clear, whatever you need.
Big block. Oh, sailed it. That's right. .29.511 fastest lap again. Favorite old NASCAR driver? Greg Biffle. He was my favorite growing up. The Biff. The guy in my rearview mirror. Obviously right now Ryan Blaney got his hat on again tonight.
Number 16 is going low.
Got to clip the grass on the front stretch there. It slowed me down quite a bit.
Going inside.
Ugh.
Whatever you need, get clear.
Still held on.
Go down low.
Oh! That was me. That was on me.
Clear on both sides. He's the leader now. Alright, let's just trust the car, buddy. He'll get you back.
That was on me. He was definitely there. I pulled right into him. Simultaneously, somebody was in the wall off turn 2 the last lap. Had a Casey Kane room, alright. It's like driving in the wall, middle of the back straightaway.
Number 2 is making his move to the low side.
Well, not really going to intimidate a teammate there. I tried. That's right, Martin still drove underneath him anyway. Not clear yet. And now we're clear at the start-finish line. Wow, 29.477. I really don't know where these fast lap times are coming from, but it's good to see. Grab a Casey Caden fan, same birthday. Cool, cool. It's a interesting way to pick a driver. Bush slid into second temporarily. Jeff Gordon's climbing as well. $29.442. Yeah, I don't think I share the birthday, at least of anybody active. I feel like I would know that if I... Something I'd have to look into. I remember there was one year when I was younger, I had a calendar that happened to have, like... It was a NASCAR calendar, but... It happened to have the birthdays of all the active drivers at that time. And for a while there, I was able to remember, like, the birthday of a lot of drivers from, like, the mid-2000s. But over time, I've kind of forgotten about it. I do remember a couple of them. I remember Jeff Gordon and Kurt Busch's birthdays both being on the same day. I think it was August 4th. This was a couple days after my sister's birthday. Big dive. Got back into second there. John Delphus McDuffie Jr. I have no clue who that is. Martin under Busch. Side by side for the lead. Kurt holding strong. Martin clear. I don't know if it's because this race started later than any of these other Cup Series streams have started since we've come back to this. Oh boy, clip the apron, big slide. Bibble got through somehow. That was the only car that got through to the outside. Glad he cleared me as quick as he did. That was the first time I've gotten extraordinarily loose clipping the apron today. One of the first couple laps in this race, I had a moment too. Nowhere near that dramatic, but... I mean, JD McDuffie, but... Is that... Oh, that is JD McDuffie. Oh my gosh. I'm so stupid. I didn't realize that was his real name. That's what JD stands for. Yep. Oh, Kenseth might have just blown a motor. I believe Matt Kenseth is done. He's cooked. He's hot.
Fuel's running low. Better bring her in.
I don't think that's a scheduled stop for Kenseth either.
Go outside.
Martin underneath Biffle for the lead on the front stretch.
Hang it up. Still there. That away.
And Martin clear again.
All clear, bud. Right rear's getting warm. Keep an eye out.
Gordon in third, looking for second under Biffle on the front stretch. Biffle got a little wide in the second half of turns 3 and 4. I feel like this race is taking an eternity tonight. I don't know what it is.
24 car is looking to pass.
It's only lap 161. Feels like I should be about over by now. We've been streaming for a little less than an hour and a half, so I mean it's... not much of a difference, I guess. Kenseth fourth in points. Yeah, he could drop back quite a bit. Stan Starr. No, I saw it. I don't know who that is either. Well, that name I definitely don't know. Oh, the other one with the long list of name, yeah. I don't know if I'm going to be able to read that without crashing. Try to glance at it when I get to pit road.
On that left front tire.
Hit at lap 170. Connor's hanging on pretty good for right now. Even with all 4 tires in the yellow, this is really about as far as I've gone on a full fuel run the entire race. So stretching this run out a little longer. And the other runs. Wanted to really try to get a feel for how this car is acting in this situation.
Number 2 is inside.
So far, so good. Oh boy! Oh boy!
The car still driving okay? We lost.
Yeah,
Listen, victory lane is calling.
alright, I got a little loose. Kurt Busch hanging on that left rear corner panel.
Watch the inside.
Can't keep it off the wall.
You're almost out of gas. Leader only has about a second on you.
He didn't touch me before I got loose and made contact with him, but he was very close. Took that air off the rear spoiler. And Jeff Gordon gets through to the lead.
Not much distance between you and the leader. Let's make our move.
Frankie Schneider, I do know of that guy. I've Googled him a long time ago. Yeah, don't we share the same birthday? Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, he used to race in NASCAR. He won a race, and we share the same birthday. We have the same last name. It is odd. It's very odd. No relation to him, as far as I know.
Moving now. We got plenty of time to make a move.
Where's he from? I can't remember. Is he from Ohio too? I don't think he is. That would just be weird at that point. Maybe I'm like a reincarnated version of Frankie Schneider. No wonder I'm into racing.
One second. Just 1 second back.
From New Jersey. Yeah, not even close.
The 8 car is back on the track. Careful now. He's up there trying to pick up the extra points. It was going to be a little
Alright,
close.
so apparently Dale Jr. blew an engine earlier. I didn't remember seeing that, but he is supposedly supposed to work himself back onto the racetrack. Busch trying to battle back with Greg Biffle for second as Gordon continues his lead, getting by a lap car through turns 3 and 4. We're going to pit this time by lap 171. On about this entire fuel run at this juncture, 65 laps. Crossover move here by Kurt Busch on Greg Biffle. Mark creeping in on both of them. Kurt Busch looking to the bottom of the racetrack here. Goes up the hill. Oh boy, so did I.
You got both sides. You're all clear.
And we're coming in. Four tires, full tank of gas. No adjustments. My great uncle. No, I don't think I have any relation to that guy.
What, a few rounds away.
You know how many people have the last name Schneider? Probably not related to.
Watch the guys on the track.
I saw the right rear, or the tire changer on the right rear side of the car, flintstoning his way back to his feet. And that probably cost us a little bit of time in the pits there. Heard that little bit of damage we had, and wasn't much, so it was repairable. Alright, well, try to find a way to get back into this. It was the first to pit, so I'm able to take on some fresh tires here, but I don't know that it's going to work for an extended period of time. We'll wait and see. Cycle ahead of Jimmy Johnson. He was a lot further behind on that last tire stint than what he was earlier in the race when he was in the lead at one point. Well, we are a little over the halfway mark in this race. Still no yellow flag in this one. Hoping that we stay green at least long enough to cycle through this wave of pit stops. You're my long-lost cousin. Okay, sure. You can call me whatever you want. All right, well, appreciate those of you that have hit that like button so far in the stream. We are at 20. We are just past the halfway point in this race. Greatly appreciate it. I think I see Dale Jr. up here. Yeah, he's down a cylinder, remember? Having an engine failure earlier in the race. And Greg Biffle on pit road. Jeff Gordon still out on the racetrack. As he looks to try to catch a caution to trap a lot of these cars a lap down. Harvick checked up by quite a bit off turn 4 there. Mark Martin underneath him. Clear through 1 and 2. Harvick stayed out quite a ways on the last set of pit stops, so if he stays out longer than Gordon, we'll at least be on the lead lap in front of him. Waiting to see where exactly, yeah, Harvick just now coming in, so actually Harvick pitting before Gordon this time. It's not the case before. Just saw Johnson coming out of the pits. I don't think I've seen Jamie McMurray, our other teammate, to pit yet. Yeah, 21 likes now, there we go. Trying to get that up to 25 here. That was a jumbled mess up there. And Dale Jr. was right in the middle of it. So is Greg Biffle and Jimmy Johnson. And Kurt Busch. That was a bold move. 3 wide into the corner and got by 2 of them. And closed in even closer to Greg Biffle. Thank you, Dale Jr. Old Martin trying to squeeze under the 16. Somehow find his way there. Still trying to complete the pass. Biffle shuts the door. Good exit off turn 2 for the 6. Again, trying to get underneath Biffle through 3 and 4. He's there, trying to pick him behind Sterling Marlin also. Yep, there we go. That is the way to do it. That's exactly what my crew chief said. You're damn right, that's the way to do it. Jeff Gordon finally on pit road. Oh boy, that apron grab and pulled the car. Big turn to the left. Jamie McMurray still on the track. He's going to lead his first lap of the race. Little Jamie, baby. All over the place. I see Gordon getting up to speed. He's going to... Well, he was the leader before the pit stop started, and he stayed out quite a ways. Had that fresh tire advantage. There he is. Get up to speed, I believe, on the back straightaway. No lap cars between us. This is where we run, and Jamie McMurray's now on pit road. Gordon back to the lead at the line, lap 188 at Texas. We've gone through 3 sets of green flag pit stops here tonight. Still no caution. A lot of lap traffic right in front of Jeff Gordon. It's Dale Jr. It's going to slow Gordon up a ton. Dale Jr. is helping me out a ton on this run. Martin under the lap car. Really low exit off turn 2. Martin clears the lapper. And here's Jeff Gordon. Fastest lap of the day that last time, 29.421. Martin underneath Gordon for the lead, side by side. Still door to door off turn 2. We get him in 3 and 4. Ay, that was a big skip off the apron. That thing bounced. I felt like the front tires came up off the ground. Gordon's still there. He's holding on strong on the outside. I made a little mistake there, but even still. And clear. Finally. Back to the lead. Lap 192 at the line this time by. And, oh. Big block. Already halfway out of gas. Why does it feel like I'm burning so much fuel this run? I feel like we just cycled through pit stops. Still got lap cars pitting yet. 122 just came in. I didn't even really short pit that run. I took it as long as I could. We got Dale Jr. up here. Slowing another car down. Oh, it's Jimmy Johnson. Johnson off the pace. No, he's trying to block for Jeff Gordon. That was messed up. He just costed me the lead. Gordon blocking. On over the racetrack. Mark Martin trying to force him to overdrive the car. Gordon did just that. Martin's going to squeeze underneath through 3 and 4. And again, side by side for the lead. I think Gordon led that lap. Not by much. Oh, big bounce off the apron and up against the wall. Martin too aggressive with the line there in 3 and 4, or 1 and 2 rather. Martin still trying to get his momentum back as he stays in second into turn 1. This whole race has been really good. For a caution-free race in Texas, I mean, this has been kind of a barn burner so far. I'm starting to think Jeff Gordon's got the fastest car in the field. I feel like he's able to control the race a lot more when he's leading. And when anybody else is leading, including Mark Martin. Oh, I see Dale Jr. up here. Dale Jr.'s been a friend of mine in this race. Not Jimmy Johnson. Oh, we got a ton of lap cars. Gordon's not going to give Martin a lot of room. Martin squeezes by into turn 1. An extra lap car in there, I think, otherwise Gordon was going to run me into the grass, but looked like that's what he was trying to do. Just slipped by. Lap 200 at the start-finish line this time.
Lap 200. Number 24 is closing the gap.
Gordon just sailed it off in there. Clears Mark Martin right back. Just doesn't take him long to get back to the lead.
Number 24 is down low. You got both sides, you're all clear.
Trying to pick him behind Scott Riggs. Trying to. This is working.
Number 16 coming up behind you, left side.
Biffle's lurking too. Just pass him, Jeff. Oh boy, this is... Jeez! I know we're 3 wide, but come on, man. Of course, Jimmy. God dang it. I was so focused on Johnson. What was that? He let him by. He cuts me off. Now he's holding Biffle up, too. Biffle finally got around him. Way to ruin a good battle, Jimmy.
Number 10, just looking for some room to get by you.
Alright, well. Well, for Dale Jr. to hold Jeff Gordon up a ton again and try to get back to him at that point. We still got one more field pass to get through in the race today, so we'll do that right now.
1.5 seconds off the leader, buddy.
We transfer to Greg Biffle in the 16 car first. Really allowed Kurt Busch to close in on the 16 and the 6 also.
Time to make our move. Leaders up on you, but just over a second.
We'll go more laps with the 16 car of Greg Biffle here,
Outside, you got one outside.
with Matt Kenseth being out of the race
Still alongside.
as well. Scott Riggs holding Biffle down tightly.
Right side.
Dale Jr. holding up Jeff Gordon.
One car behind.
Biffle gets by Mark Martin off turn 4.
One more to go.
Clears Earnhardt with ease. Definitely close the gap on the 24. Oh, Martin's still stuck. Or did he just get by? I think Mark Martin's still stuck behind Dale Jr. Looks like Scott Riggs got back around him, and then Kurt Busch also made a pass for position. Martin did get through eventually, but see if Biffle could close on the 24. Four more laps, then we'll go forward with McMurray. We'll go back to Mark Martin the rest of the race. Should be catching Jimmy Johnson in the next lap or so. Maybe he's a little bit further out than that. I didn't realize Jimmy Johnson was down a cylinder too, though. I don't remember seeing Johnson or Dale Jr. blowing an engine in this race, but apparently they did. One of many. Two of many, I should say. They're like so evenly spaced apart this track, too. We do end up getting a caution, and they're like right there, side by side with each other, or something like that. On this narrow of a racetrack, that is not going to be easy to try to make a move on. Would wreck Jimmy. I don't want to cause a caution for this to play out naturally if possible. I see Johnson up there. It's two lap cars side by side right behind him too. Biffle trying to find a way by Brian Vickers in the 25. Biffle to the outside. Not going to be a lot of room up here. Drove it off the wall and still passed him. That's how slow that 48 car is. Wasn't the quickest way to get around him, but we got around him. Yeah, Gordon did escape a little bit. $120 laps still to go at Texas. I would like to think 2 more pit stops.
10-4, we're on it.
I'll take over with Jamie McMurray. He's about to catch Dale Jr. McMurray in 11th. Led a lap during green flag pit stops that last time. Drives by Dale Jr. with ease. Oh, Mark Martin just blew an engine. Nope, never mind. False alarm. Guy got scared for a second there. Oh, you know what? Oh, no, he didn't pit. He might have been stuck behind Johnson or Earnhardt or something, and maybe that's why he had the X. That's probably what it was. He's probably just going so slow behind him. Might as well have been off the pace. There's like nobody around Jamie McMurray. I think I see the 48 car up there. I think that'll be the next car that McMurray catches. Oh, he's holding up a ton of cars, too. Or was. We'll swap back to Mark Martin at the start-finish line this time. Bye. I don't even think we're going to get to Jimmy Johnson before that. Well, Jamie, you're going to have to pass the 48 on your own. Maybe. Yeah, we'll get by him first. All right. 6th place. I think something did happen to Mark Martin. Temporarily. He had the X on him and he had fallen well behind, but still in 6th place. This race going caution free to this point. 15 seconds off the lead. Need a lot of help from Jimmy Johnson and Dale Jr. If I had a time machine, what year would I go back? I don't even know. I haven't thought about that question at all. That's an interesting one. I would have liked to have been... I'm a huge Metallica fan. I would have loved to... I mean, yeah, they still make music, you know, from time to time now. It's not like what it was back when. So I would have loved to have lived in the 80s when they were coming out with just huge album after huge album. Oh, caution. First time today. Yellow flag is out. Took over 200 laps, but we're here. Scott Riggs. Debris. His hood probably came off if I had to guess. So debris caution, our first yellow. Over 200 laps into this one. 2:22 is when the caution came out exactly. And you can bet Martin's pitting. I would imagine the rest of the field will pit too. Yep. Everybody's back on equal strategy now. Go back to the year you were born? Yeah, so I guess my answer would technically be 1981, but then I would have liked to have lived like all the way through the 80s. Phantom debris caught. Yeah, NASCAR through the yellow. Oh, Casey Kane wins the race out of the pits. I think I lost a spot. Jeff Green's up there now. Okay, so it looks like I lost one spot. I think I went in 6th, came out 7th. Yeah, it looks like we're 7th. Casey Kane out in front, though. First time today, green flag back in the air. This could get wild. Double file restart, first time today. Trying to get up to speed here. Oh! Oh! Oh, they're checking up. What the heck happened there? Somebody blow a motor right in front of us? I feel like somebody... Was it Riggs? The 123 car? Somebody was slow. Like, really slow. On the backstretch. Like, slower than Dale Jr. Jimmy Johnson slow. Nobody was able to get out of each other's way there. Caution flag is out. Second time. Yellows breeding yellows. With barely over 100 laps to go in Texas. I knew it was going to be interesting. I didn't think that was going to happen. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Martin going to get to the bottom way quicker on this restart. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. A lot of contact behind us off turn 4. Dale Jr. and Jimmy Johnson have to be holding that pack up quite a bit too. Oh, Jeff Green going wide. 3 wide here at Texas. Still 3 wide out of the rearview mirror. Oh, Jeff Green got hooked. I think he saved it. He might have pancaked the wall afterwards. Biffle leads, by the way. Got by Casey Kane on that restart. All the lap cars on the outside and the lead lap cars on the bottom. Put Bush down, bottom of the racetrack here. Oh. Contact. Jeff Gordon. Casey Kane. It is tight. Contact Gordon. Kane off turn 4. Kane got sandwiched up against the wall. Oh, they're wrecking again. One car down to the grass. No yellow. Oh my gosh. Stay green. The track all clear, NASCAR. My goodness. We had everything in that restart but a caution. There's so many gaps on this track. Kurt Busch to second. First time Elliott Sadler been up in the top 3 all day. Wasn't second, now he's in 4th. Kurt Busch sandwiched between his 2 former teammates, Greg Biffle and Mark Martin. I think that was Biffle's car bottoming out. Kurt going for the lead. He's underneath Biffle. Held that line strong. Off turn 4, Martin. Underneath the 2. Wow, Biffle had a big source of speed there all of a sudden. Look at Biffle in the middle, 3 wide. Nowhere to go for Mark Martin. No, hang on to it, everybody. We're good. How did he get to the lead? Oh my gosh. Tell you what, Greg Biffle, that was a nutty move. I don't know how it worked out for him, but it did. It wasn't clean. But it worked. Not enough of a run off turn 2 that time for Mark Martin. All hell's broken loose in this one. All it took was that one caution. It's just, things have gone off the rail. Oh, man. And now we're going to have to deal with Johnson and Dale Jr. like right with one another. Oh, God. Can't find a way to get by Biffle right now. Good corner exit off turn 4. That might have been the window of opportunity there. Side by side into turn 1 for the lead. 6-16. And Sadler side by side for third with Kurt Busch. Mark not clear of the 16 car yet. Dale Jr. and Jimmy Johnson are upcoming. Martin's still not clear. Now he's clear. Off turn 4. Dale Jr. staying wide. Jimmy Johnson, he's staying wide. I didn't know if he was going to or not. He had the whole day. If Jeff Gordon was around me, he probably would have tried to block for him again. But, oh, man. We're getting way ahead now. Biffle had the 48 pulled down in front of him right in the middle of the corner. After he had gotten by Dale Jr. getting in. Biffle remains in second, though. Sadler's up to third. Kurt Busch still stuck behind him. They're going to cause a wreck at some point, you would have to imagine. They're so slow. On a fast track. Imagine if we had something like that at Daytona or Talladega. My goodness. Have the big one like however many laps it would take us to catch one. .93 to go. And I see Jeff Gordon back there. He's in fourth. He's picking him up, putting him down. I think Gordon's the one to beat tonight. Second place, 2 races in a row to Martin. I think Gordon's got a faster car today than the last couple. We've had the car to beat both those races, but
The 16 car has a run. Watch him to make a move.
Biffle right there.
Go on. There you go. All clear. Number 16. High. Clear, all clear.
Sadler up to second place again as he tries to look for his first lead of the night. Not enough room to get to the bottom of the track into turn 1.
Just got a run on you.
Biffle looking to get back around him. There's Jeff again. Oh boy, man. I didn't think he cleared the 16 that quick. Gordon's fast. Lost the bottom of the track though. Sadler may get back around him. Freaking pack racing at Texas again. I like that I'm in the lead though. So that way when we catch...
Number 38 has got a run. Look left.
Sadler going low. Martin going lower. Ah!
Going down low.
Sadler's going to get to the lead.
Still alongside. Let's take the lead from you. All right, buddy.
On track he had actually won at in real life in the 38 car. Texas Motor Speedway, Elliott Sadler leads here today. Stuck on the outside, lost 3 spots. Well, so much for being in the lead, catching Johnson and Earnhardt again. That plan didn't last very long. Oh boy, here we go. And Gordon's in the mix now, so Jimmy Johnson's probably going to be extra aggressive. Martin to the inside of Gordon, at least, on the front stretch. Gonna get underneath Biffle and Sadler into 1 and 2. Earnhardt gets out of the way. Jimmy Johnson gets out of the way. Clipped the apron a little bit. That's all right. Cleared him. That's the easiest you're going to go from 4th to 1st in one corner ever. Gordon got the worst end of it. Kurt Busch is up to 3rd. Okay. Gordon fell to 5th, I think. Granted, he was in 3rd when it all started. I was passing it for 3rd. All right. That was actually more organized than I thought it was going to be. Wasn't as much of a land rush into turn 1 as I thought. Don't clip that apron. Yeah, a little wiggle costed me there. Biffle's back up in front. Kurt Busch. No, I'll stay underneath him. Kurt ran out of time. Dang. Yeah, Kenseth did blow an engine earlier. Think I have motor issues? I don't think so. Not that I've noticed. If I had motor issues, I would be looking for the lead right now. Martin Biffle side by side. Stop flipping the apron, Keegan. I had him. Here comes Gordon. He's going to get to 3rd. Passing the 2. High downforce setup. Yeah, higher downforce. I put a lot more downforce into it after qualifying because I felt the car was still too free. That one shot underneath Greg Biffle. I haven't had one since. Until now. And clear off turn 4. Gordon looking for P2. %on the right. Oh, that's like the... For like passing cars clean, drafting behind cars, it builds up skill points. And you use skill points in the game towards like unlocking paint schemes, fantasy tracks, fantasy cars to drive as, sponsors for career mode, bunch of stuff like that. Now all of it's downloadable after a certain period of time, but the older games you had to earn basically your merit just by playing the game to unlock all that stuff. Kurt Busch back to P2. Almost got underneath Martin for the lead. That was close. Don't have to leave much of the bottom open. So hard. They really sail it off deep into the corner from time to time. Here's Earnhardt and Johnson. And, oh, geez, don't go to the outside now. Try to get down in front of Biffle. Oh, boy. That actually worked out a lot better than I thought it was going to. I think Biffle checked up. Allowed myself to get in. What a teammate. What a team player. Oh boy, I just about turned myself. I almost did it again. Oh. Fudge. I done did it now. Ah.
Number 9 is looking to pass. Left side. The race leader's got 4 seconds on you. Carlo.
Gotta get back in rhythm again.
The 9 car. Got past it. Slid to the 5th position. Go ahead and get on by. He's not gonna block.
Jeez, Tony.
You and him have got something going. Clear.
No room to make that corner. He's gonna block me down here now too, isn't he? Yep. Oh boy. Oh boy. A lot of contact between Casey Kane and Tony Stewart there.
Right there at the end.
Got by them both.
All right, we're 4.5 seconds behind the leader, bud. Let's cut this lead down. You got both sides. You're all clear.
What's Jeff Green doing in 5th? Look at Jeff Green go. Top 5 in Texas.
One's up high. There's a 4-second margin between you and the leader. Seconds up. There you go. All clear.
What the Jeff Green is going on here? Yeah. No kidding. Jeff Green is in 5th. And it is not an easy pass for me either. That fuel window is going to open up to the end of this race very soon. I think I may have to try to short pit here to get back into this. I know I could go about 67, 68 laps at a full tank. We're right at that number right now, so I'm going to go a few more. And then pit. We've only had 2 cautions this whole race. I would like to think the field's spread apart now. And try to make up that 3.8 seconds. Martin finally gets underneath Jeff Green.
Made it to the top 5. You've got a good run going.
little too much downforce. I need the handling though. I mean, there's just no way I would have been able to drive the car like I had in qualifying for 500 miles. I'm very pro downforce with these EA games, just because I need to make it a full race before, you know, anything else happens. I want to wreck out of it on a consistent basis all the way through.
Alright, interval between you and the leader is 4.5.
It's going to be a good time, too. Dale Jr. and Jimmy Johnson just coming up.
That'll put you down 1. No problem, buddy. He's just flying real good right now.
What's probably my best pit road entry this entire race.
Feeling nice today.
All right, here we go.
Tires all the way around.
Here goes nothing. About 64 laps. Right side tires of fuel, man. Those lefts would have had to go like over 100 laps. I don't know about that. Maybe on a super speedway, not here. Give me those 4 fresh tires. Oh boy. Give me room. I got fresher tires. Alright, clear. Barely. It's an aggressive clearance, but I was clear.
The 31 car coming up quick on the left.
And we got Dale Jr. and Jimmy Johnson.
He's not racing you as hard as he could. He's gonna do the best he can to help you out there. Clear, clear. All clear.
I don't know how many cars are on the lead lap exactly, so I don't know where the free pass position would be if we did see a yellow. I would expect the rest of the field to probably pit within the next 20 laps or so. They're going to try to run this out as far as they can. There should be anywhere between 3 to 4 laps to the good on fuel to the end of the race, if it does stay green. We can save more under any cautions. Honestly, once I find out how many cars are on the lead lap, I may even consider pitting if we get a caution. Try to take fresh tires that way. Greg Biffle out in front. Still winless this year is Biffle. Trying to become the 9th different winner in the season. Tires don't matter at Texas. Yeah, not as much, but we did gain a lot of time earlier taking fresh tires. Not the very first stop, but when I pitted like 15 to 20 laps before everybody else, I did come out with a few second lead. So that's what I was kind of hoping for here, especially being about 3.8 seconds back when I pitted. That's exactly how much time we're going to be able to make up on them. Just 2 cautions this entire race, pretty much back to back. Went 222 laps green to start the day. And this green flag run has gone right around 50 laps or so, give or take. Probably a few more than 50. Yeah, tires have stayed underneath the car the whole day, so I'm not really worried about it. Joe Nemechek, Martin Truex Jr. are those 2 cars in front of us. 25 likes on the stream, by the way. Appreciate that, everyone. Oh, wait, late Wednesday night action here. NASCAR 07. I think Dale Jr. and Jimmy Johnson are holding up a herd of cars right there. Look at the track map. That blob of cars we're closing in pretty quickly on. Traffic is about to get thick and heavy here. Oh, they're side by side. 48 and the 8 are side by side. I caught him at a good time at least. All right. The 01 and the 1 were both on the lead lap because I didn't get a position change out of that. I could be the first car lap down. I'll take it. Get the yellow, at least I'd get the free pass. Yeah, we've got cars pitting off turn 4, a couple of them. Greg Biffle's still out on the racetrack.
Some of the leaders are coming in together.
A lot more cars coming in this time. Right here, Tony Raines.
You're looking real good right now.
Jamie McMurray's on his way in. There he is. Biffle's still out in front, leading laps.
Good job. Come back there. Leaders up hitting.
Kurt Busch leads. Greg Biffle is in from the lead.
Right top 10, and you're looking real good.
We were in 5th place when we initially made our pit stop. Right at lap 270. 14 or so laps before the next car pitted. Still have cars pitting for the lead lap. Tony Stewart will lead. Kurt Busch will surrender it.
He wasn't so friendly. He'd be blocking. Way to work, buddy.
Top 3 after it cycles. I would hope so. I don't think Jeff Green's pit yet. I see him in front of us. I just saw Kurt Busch cycle into line. Right in front of the 66. There he is. He's still trying to get up to speed. Casey Kane pits. Tony Stewart pits from the lead. Martin back on the lead lap. Well, I would think that Jeff Green would have pitted already, but considering he didn't lead any laps there, I guess Jeff Green somehow cycled ahead of us. How do I pit that early and still lose time? That's ridiculous. Jeff Gordon leads. He has cycled in front of Greg Biffle. I lost a spot. And we got Jimmy Johnson, who is pitting off turn 4. Kurt Busch got way out of the gas for him, while Jeff Green drives around the outside. Mark Martin drives around the inside. Jeff Green's in 4th place at Texas Motor Speedway. What is this? Damage repair that lost time? I mean, I guess. It ain't over. We got time. 42 laps left yet. Only 2.5 seconds back. I mean, interval-wise, I gained time, but I lost a position. Gained about 1.3 seconds. Short penny. I would have really liked to have gained more than that. Green is not making this pass easy. He's been difficult for me to pass. Passed him right before we pitted. Now I got to try to pass him again. Now, lap car Reed Sorensen coming up. Could be an opportunity to make this pass. Try to pick him. Nope. That didn't work. Nothing there. Both of us get by the 41. Yeah, so Elliott Sadler's in 3rd. I would imagine Biffle's 2nd. And Jeff Gordon is the leader. Gordon's got quite the gap. Jeff Green and Mark Martin are running down Elliott Sadler and Greg Biffle. .39 laps to go. Jeff Green. He's digging. Green's got a gigantic run here. Green couldn't get by Elliott Sadler yet. Through turns 1 and 2. Trying to force Jeff Green to overdrive the corner. He did just enough for Mark Martin to slip by and get to 4th. Sadler closing on Greg Biffle. I think this entire group of cars is actually closing in on Jeff Gordon slowly. And Sadler's got a big run on Greg Biffle. Up the track, Sadler overdrives the corner now. And Martin is clear for third on Sadler off turn 4. Lap 300. 35 laps to go at Texas. Growing closer to Dale Jr. and Jimmy Johnson again. They might have separated from each other a bit during the green flag pit stops. Dale Jr. looks to be the first of them. Greg Biffle trying to take the lead under Gordon, but couldn't quite get underneath. Martin going to go to the outside. Dale Jr. clogging the bottom. Oh boy, Biffle got into the 16. A lot of contact through all that. Oh my gosh. Well, Martin leads. I don't think that was the way he wanted to get through. Biffle moved up, but I was already there. There goes Elliott Sadler. Problem is, we're going to be catching the 8 car again this time through 3 and 4. Oh, geez. Junior pulling up on the racetrack. Martin gets by him on the high side, all clear. Junior holding everybody up. Martin driving away on the front stretch. Now going to catch Jimmy Johnson. Way above him to the outside and clear. Back straightaway, Johnson pulling up in front of Sadler and Biffle. Biffle back by the 38 for second again. How tight everybody is on the track map now. Jeez. Looks like a restart. They have like a handful of other cars on the back straightaway. I was trying to read that comment in the chat. Messed my corner up. That's on me. Obviously, I'm the only one driving this thing. And Jeff Gordon fell way behind with those slow lappers of the 8 and 48. .30 to go. It is definitely a wild one in Texas tonight. All 500 miles of it. Kurt Busch trying to go for the lead. First he has to get to second and pass Greg Biffle. Mark Martin is there. 29 to go. Laps are counting down quickly now. Or slowly, however way you look at it. As long as this race is taken. Kurt Busch is there. Martin didn't really make a mistake, too. Just beat him to the bottom. Car held the outside line all the way through the corner pretty well also. Trying to side draft the right rear corner panel, and that time I drove it in a little too deep. Went up the hill more. And Greg Biffle is up to second. Biffle goes wide through 1 and 2. Martin clear. 29.404 that last lap. Quick lap, but Kurt Busch a little quicker that time. At least down the front straightaway. Trying to force Kurt Busch into overdriving the car. He didn't do it there. Getting off turn 4 well. I just don't have the speed down the straightaway. Nope. Didn't make a mistake that time either. All over the back of the left rear quarter panel of Kurt Busch. Martin trying to get underneath the two. The two just blocks all the way down the backstretch. Martin can't find a way around him. .24 to go. Coming up on Dale Jr. Martin trying to get to the outside. Kurt blocks high. Down to the bottom. And the 6 beats the 2 by the 8. Kurt holds on for second. Sadler closes it back on Biffle for third. And here's Jimmy Johnson now. Stay wide, Jimmy. And he did. Jimmy's been a lot nicer to me lately than what he was when he first came out of the pits. Very slow. Yeah, really, it's only when Jeff Gordon is up in contention for the race lead, but it's not the case anymore. Kurt Busch caught Martin quickly down the backstretch. He had a huge run off turn 2. Still got 22 laps to go. We're going to catch the 8 and 48 a couple more times yet. Probably 2 or 3 more times in this race. Mark Martin trying to go for 3 wins in a row. Honestly, though, Johnson and Earnhardt slow this pack of cars up in front of us one more time. We're going to have a lot of lap traffic before the end of this race, more than just the 8 and the 48. Martin trying to protect the bottom at all costs here. 20 to go. Back to Biffle out of the rear view. And tight in second. And there goes Kurt. Back to the inside of the 16 again. It's a 3-car pack race at Texas. Kurt Busch and Greg Biffle door to door. Oh, they made contact up turn 2. Contact between the 2 and the 16. They got together. I think Biffle got squeezed into the wall. Kurt's way up the track in 3. And Martin pulls away, and he's got some breathing room. A 1.4 second lead with 18 to go. Biffle did eventually get back by the 2 of Kurt Busch through 1 and 2 for second. Tightens the gap up with some of those other lead lap cars behind him. Like 4 or 5 cars all kind of nose to tail for second now. 17 laps left. was like 4/10 slower than the second place car that last lap. Oh boy. My tires are a little older than theirs. It definitely doesn't help. 14 to 20 lap older tires than everybody behind us. Really low exit off turn 4. Another half a second slower, 4/10 slower. I'll hold them off. With 15 left at the line this time by.
Number 16, closing quickly, left side.
With a nice run on the back straightaway, but even better block by Martin. Really got to back the corner entry up a ton when entering that low. Martin's done a great job so far. Oh wow, Biffle to the outside. If he pulls this off, what a brilliant move that would be. He's not going to have enough time though. Dale Jr.'s coming up. Kurt Busch to the inside of the 16 on the back straightaway. Now a big block as... Oh, Kurt overdrove the entry to turn 3. I thought he was going to get by Dale Jr. pretty easily there. And he did not. He did get by the 16, but then the 16 looked to have passed him back. The 38 up to second place, getting by both of them. And here's Jimmy Johnson now. Trying to get by this lapper. The 176, 3 wide and tight. I clipped the apron. That guy's not giving me any room. I didn't want to make contact with him. Risk wrecking the car. That slowed me down a ton. Oh boy, here's Sadler. Flipped the apron again. That wasn't good. Gotta get back in a rhythm. That slide up the track is gonna hurt Sadler underneath Martin. Jeff Green is in third, by the way. Not Greg Biffle. Jeff Green's in the top 3 and compete for a win late at Texas. 11 to go at the line. That 176 car is not going to be an easy pass at all. Oh, tight. Ten to go. I would guess we're going to catch the 8 and the 48 one more time in this race. And that's it. Jeff Green closer to the 6 on the 6s to the 38. Nine to go. Hope those lap cars really hold Sadler up a little. On top of the 8 and the 48 when we get to them. Whatever that may be. They're going to stack this whole line of cars up, though, not just the leaders. This next time getting by Earnhardt and Johnson's probably going to be the hardest. Sadler under a couple of the lap cars here. He's side by side on the front stretch. Martin getting a good run with them side drafting each other. Oh, don't pull down in front of me. Oh. I don't know why he even thought about doing that. He pulled out of the way at the last second. It's like he didn't see me and Green coming. Alright. Great exit off turn 4. Martin closes on Sadler some more. Jeff Green following Martin through the lap traffic. The 6 and the 66 definitely closed in on the 38. 5 lap cars up there, not counting the 8 and the 48, wherever they're at on the track. Martin looking low for the lead into turn 3. Couldn't hold it. Wow, Jeff Green power move to the outside. He's going to get the second. Is Jeff Green going to win this thing? Look at all this lap traffic. 5 laps to go at the line. And we still got to catch the 8 and the 48. Any of these top 3 could win it. Sadler underneath the 141. Dale Jr. is slowing off turn 4. Right in front of this giant pack of cars. Martin's going for it. He's under Green. He's under Sadler. Nowhere for the leaders to go. Jeff Green to second. Sadler falls to third. He's still stuck on the outside. Martin and the 66 are clear. And now the race is between 2 cars for the win. With Robbie Gordon right in front of the leaders. He's on the outside through 3 and 4. Martin a little tight and dirty air behind the 175, who's also in front of the 6. 3 laps to go. We got Jimmy Johnson upcoming. Johnson stays wide enough for Martin to clear off turn 2. Jeff Green's going to get by the 48 pretty quickly also. He's still in the race. Mark Martin's either going to win 3 in a row, or we're going to have a massive upset here in Texas today. He passed me on the outside for second already. It ain't impossible. Here he goes again. Oh, come on. No! Still side by side. We can get him in the corner here. Don't clip that apron. Oh! Clipped it. Clear barely off turn 4. Coming to the white flag. It was almost game over there. Green is quick. Might be the fresher tires. 6 of Martin blocks low off turn 2. Oh, almost got to the outside. Near contact, but a good block. Clip the apron again. Green with a run off turn 4. Back to the high side, but he can't get there. Mark Martin wins at Texas. Let's go. What a drive by Jeff Green. Plenty of fuel for the burnout. Let's go. Wild race in general at Texas, not just the finish. We did get a max point stay out of this. Started 11, still led 107 laps. And obviously got the win. Jeff Green didn't lead a lap, but he was sporty. He finishes second. Great drive by Jeff Green. It's got to be career best finish, you would assume. He almost stole this one. I mean, what a drive. I thought there for a little bit there was a good chance Jeff Green was going to win this race. When he got the second and passed me on the outside, it's like, is he just going to go up and pass the 38 too? And he did, but not before I got by both of them before that. Was able to hold on those final few laps. Elliott Sadler finishes third. Tony Stewart fourth. Fifth for Dale Jarrett. Back-to-back top fives for the 88 team. Greg Biffle led 61 laps, finishing sixth. Jeff Gordon led 84 laps, finishing seventh. Kevin Harvick led a lap, finishes eighth. Kurt Busch ninth. Jamie McMurray rounds out the top 10. Old Jamie, baby. Bobby Labonte's top 10 streak comes to an end, finishing in 11th. 18 cars finished on the lead lap. And we had a lot of engine failures in this one. Ryan Newman, Kyle Petty, Dave Blaney, J.J. Yaley, Paul Menard, Kyle Busch, Matt Kenseth, Michael Waltrip, Jeremy Mayfield. They all blew motors. Dale Jr., Jimmy Johnson had engine issues, but still ended up finishing the race. Denny Hamlin blew a motor. That is a lot of cars. I don't think I've seen that many cars have an engine issue. 12 of them had an engine issue, 10 DNFs, and only 2 cautions. One for debris from Scott Riggs, and a wreck from Scott Riggs. So, yep, Martin wins. Margin of victory, 10th of a second. Total time on the race, 2 hours, 58 minutes, 31 seconds. We finished a 500-mile race at Texas in less than 3 hours. It felt like longer than 3 hours. I don't know what it was, but I don't know if it was the exhaustingness of the race, just like being as competitive as it was, but got to see Mark Martin in victory lane there. Game is muted. Next race, Chicagoland tomorrow night. 7 p.m. Eastern start time for that one. And obviously with Johnson having the engine issues, our lead is almost 800 points now with 11 races to go. Kenseth's still 4th in points after his engine issue. He DNF'd. Good bounce back performance for Sadler. He had back-to-back engine failures in the last 2 races, but ends up finishing with a top 5 tonight with some laps led. Look at Bobby Labonte trying to get a top 10 points finish. Jeff Green's 12th in points. I'm telling you, he's been strong this year. He almost stole a win. That's an upset of its own. He might have a top 10 points finish. That'd be insane. All right, that's going to wrap up tonight's stream. Appreciate it, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Like, subscribe. Again, 7 p.m. Eastern start time, Chicagoland. Well, Thursday night NASCAR on NASCAR 07 as we continue our Mark Martin Revenge Tour season. Bye, everybody.